Well, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'd like to give a shout out to Mr. Payon over in Japan. Thank you, sir, for joining. Natalie Part up in Las Vegas. Thank you so much, dear, for being on the call. Mr. Daryl Ransing. Good morning, sir, up in Nashville. Miss Belinda Batiste. So you changed your name on here. Uh-huh. Miss Ursula Adams. Thank you for joining. Uh-oh, hold on a second. Hold on. Got a lot of people join. Okay. Miss Celia in Woodland, California, thank you for being on the call today. Miss Rose Guerrero, Regional Director, and Mr. Chris Cream, Regional Directors. Hey, folks, this coming Sunday, you don't want to miss training on the product. We got recorded messages. Listen up. Recorded messages this Sunday on why you need ID seal from a gentleman who actually had LifeLock, found out that he wasn't covered, got hit, and they try to upsell him. Listen to what I'm saying, upsell him. And he said, I can't believe you're trying to do this to me. Anyway, he came over to ACN ID Seal. Sunday night's conference calls going to cover that recording, and also a recording from another recording for Vivid, where a gentleman in our organization put Vivid outside his stores, and we got a thief stealing his flowers. So Sunday night, 6 o'clock, don't forget to be on that call. It's going to be a powerful training on Sunday night. All right, Christina, good morning. Thank you so much. Mr. Harrison Mills, good morning. Mr. Ismail, good morning, sir. Miss Joyce Brewer, good morning. Kathleen Williams, where are you at? There you go. Our hair back and waving at us. Good morning, dear. Kimberly Garcia, good morning. Miss Marcia Carter, good morning. Miss Marie, I see you out there, dear. There she is. Good morning. Mr. Marvin Carter, Regional Director. Good morning, sir. Pat Robinson in Oakland, California. Good morning, young lady. Sensational. Thank you for joining the call. We'd also like to thank Zoe, part of the bakery organization. Miss Perla Banal, wonderful job she did on Sunday night. If you guys did not see that or hear that, it was real transparent. Go back and look at that on Sunday night. Go to the channel, Destiny International, and watch Sunday. I see AC in Japan on. Thank you, whoever that is. Mr. Winston Herbert, good morning. Queen V of New York City, thank you so much. Mr. Brian Baker, over billion, trillion, billion baht served. Good morning. Another regional director, Mr. Julian Lewis, Southern California, San Diego. Another regional director, Miss Natasha Ismail. Man, all these RDs right there together. Okay. Mr. Chris McDowell, good morning. Mr. Freddie Sherman, is that you driving? Yeah, he's driving. Okay, good morning. Mr. Michael Jenkins, good morning, sir. Miss T. Hayes, good morning. Miss Tracy Gilmore, good morning. Mr. Bill Howard, good morning. Sam Foster down in Dallas, good morning, sir. Miss Caroline Baker, good morning. Thank you so much. Miss Anita Castro, good morning. Willie Cribbs out in South Carolina, thank you, sir. Miss Walker, good morning. Miss Castro in Phoenix, good morning. Melissa Vaughn, yes, there you go. Good morning. Miss Konohara over in Japan, good evening. Wow, Japan, I love it, I love it. Miss Eileen, thank you so much in San Diego, California. And also we'd like to thank Mr. Ed Navarro in Fresno, California. He's in a race. Don't forget the contest, everybody. The contest, we got about a week left of the contest for those nice little prizes. Don't forget. Mr. David Wright, good morning, sir. Mr. Gail Wiggins, good morning. Oh, my goodness. Mr. Payon, good morning. Did I start off with that? Yes, I did. Hey, listen, we got a dynamite call. As you know, this young man is back with us every Wednesday in the month of October. He got started in a business. His birthday's in March, so is mine. He got started when he was 20 years old, working at Applebee's. Let's see, October 27th coming up. We got a couple more days. It'll be a 7-year anniversary. 7-year anniversary, October 27th. That's right. This month, couple days. That's right. He decided he's going to be one of the first 7-figure income earners in ACN at a young age. And I tell you what, wow, he's at the airport right now visiting the son. His son will be next month. His son will be 3 years old. That's right, in November. There you go. And I tell you what, he got started at Applebee's. He got in the business, did a wonderful job, blew up the business. He had all the trimmings to go with it, all the exciting things to go with it. His organization staff in the back decided to leave, and he started fresh again, starting from the basement of his mom's house and grandma's house, and worked his way up from the closet. But here again, the most important thing from Baltimore, Maryland, when most people don't escape it or they get into drugs and guns and all that, he decided choose a different route. I have so much admiration, so much appreciation for this young man. I've been following his history since he's been involved with our company. I knew he's going to be one of the great ones, and I tell you what, has not let me down. And we have a lot of conversations together. Without further ado, he's at the airport today. Without further ado, the great Mr. Shakeel Cooper. Let's give him a hand, everybody.
Hello.
Shakeel Cooper.
Am I coming through clearly?
Yes, sir. We can barely hear you a little bit. Yeah.
Okay, hold on one second. I'm going to switch to my phone. I'm at the airport, but I'm excited to be on the call today. Just being invited on here to speak to you guys, for the past couple of weeks has really been, a blessing to me. And I'm going to join on.
You know what? While he's looking up his notes, everybody, let me give you some highlights. Whenever you're, I'm just going to give a couple of highlights while you're getting through what you're doing. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where did he go?
I'm right here.
Oh,
can you hear me now?
Excellent. Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, I had to switch from my laptop to my cell phone. So honestly, I'm excited to be on here again today. I was talking to Mr. Thomas earlier, and just every time I get a chance to hear from someone like him, it motivates me, honestly, to just go out there and really build this business big. Because, just to be in business with people like himself that, have been through everything that I'm probably going to go through and everything that I already have went through in this opportunity. And it totally changed my life. But more importantly, what I'm going to talk to you guys today about is just, being determined. And with being determined means that you got to make a decision if you really want this to work or not. Because I'm actually this weekend, I'm going to be doing a training and it's going to be a phenomenal training because I'm really going to be pouring into people and really drilling in their mind just about system. When you wake up in the morning, the first thing you should think on your mind is system. Because once you build a system-like business, you will truly have the opportunity to enjoy the time freedom and the money that you can make in this opportunity. So just imagine, like I told you guys before, I never thought it was possible, before I got involved in ACN, whereas though, I can get involved in a business and really take it serious. And when everything else was up against me, I really made the decision and said, you know what, no matter what happens, I'm going to learn through every situation. And I shift my mindset from the point of, why is this happening to me and what am I learning? So you got to shift your mindset. And I realized that everything first happens in the mind. 90% of this business is all mindset. And I'm going to be talking to people this weekend about system. And what do system stands for? Save yourself time, energy, and money so that you can do all of the things that you want to do. And a lot of people said, I'm getting involved in ACN to make money to take care of my family. But it's great that you're making a lot of money. But if you don't have a system going, you basically just purchase another job. No matter how much money you're making, if you're the only person doing all of the work, if you're the only person that have to do all of the meetings, all of the trainings, all of the leaderships, and you doing everything, before you know it, you will feel like a hamster on the wheel, and this business will not be fun. And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that they spend too much time on the things that's not duplicatable, that's going to give you the true time freedom. Because like I said, you can go work a job and make 6 figures a year, but what business do you know that will truly give you the time freedom to do what you want to do whenever you want to do? So I talked to Mr. Thomas earlier, and we said, you know what? We talked about, the past couple of weeks, because I know that you guys have been taking a lot of notes. I know a lot of you guys have been hitting me up on social media, but have you guys really been taking the information and applying it? But more importantly, going out there and achieving the results. So Mr. Thomas, we can open up for Q&A. And then, at the end, I can share my screen and I might be able to give you guys some goods before the big event that we have this weekend with the co-founders. And I'll talk more about that to the end. But Mr. Thomas, if you don't mind, opening up to a Q&A, that would be really great.
Well, everybody, so take yourself off mute. Mr. Clemens will take care of that. And while we're doing that, there was something powerful you said that I think I want people to read. Like a lot of times we get ahead of ourselves in this business by thinking we have to look the part. And I also like what you said October 14th. We're system driven versus people driven. That's powerful. Don't believe in luck. Don't believe in luck. Believe in hard work. No excuses. Stay dedicated. And I love the theory you gave with the ant mentality. You know, this is why it's so important everybody to take notes. I cannot believe as I talk to RDs and ETLs, they don't even take notes in a journal. And here I'm gurgitating notes and telling the dates these were. And I'm telling you, they're like, oh yeah, I remember that. But no, they didn't. I mean, that's why it's so important to have a journal. And you said you had 25 journals full. And that's amazing to me. And as I talk to people, no journals, you know, and you said your mind will play tricks on you. Stay the course. This is a mental game, is 90% of the key to success in network marketing. Believing in yourself is the first secret to success. Impossible, I'm possible. That was very powerful. And I'm gonna just open the phone lines up so we can ask some Q&A. And he says he has 25 journals packed. He's on track to be the youngest platinum RVP/SVP. And the power hours that he's talking today, and he says, be system driven versus people driven. And I like that idea, what you said there. That was so powerful. So with that, folks, we're going to open the phone lines up on the things that he's had talked about the last couple of weeks being with us on Wednesday. So get your journals out and regurgitate or any question you may have for Mr. Shakeel Cooper. Lines are open. Wow.
I have a question.
Hey, Mr. Cooper. Hey, Mr. Cooper.
I'm Ismael.
Go ahead, Isabel. Go ahead, Isabel.
Yes. I'm starting a new area of people who live in Mexico and Yucatan, way far from here. Now, I see that Shakeel is going somewhere to do the same thing. Do I need to go there? I don't think I need to go there to start with somebody that over there. And I understand that the system driven versus people driven. Basically, I'm going to start there with one by one. So what is my suggestion? What was your suggestion to follow? That's my question.
That's a great question. That's a great question. So to answer your question, with technology now, honestly, before I would tell you to go there, but honestly, when you utilize the Zoom platform, you create a better system because now, like you said, it's about saving yourself time, energy, and money. Because if you take a flight to where you gotta go, you know, I'm only going back to Maryland because, you know, I have a home there, but I'm barely there, you know, but, you know, it's there. It's like an office for me and my business partners. We work, we can sleep, but more importantly, I have things in place for me that no matter where I'm at, the system is still running for me. But to your question, I would tell you to do is build it on Zoom. And the reason why, because you can get more done, save you more time, more energy, and more money by doing it via Zoom. So I wouldn't travel right now. I would literally create a system with Zoom because people mindsets now have shifted doing business online. So you don't want to confuse people. You want to just continue to go where the world is going. And the world is going online, we're going online.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Morning, Mr. Cooper.
Good morning. How you doing?
Great, sir. Great. Got a quick question for you. I often find myself having to reset my position because I have a lot of times when I may get IBOs in the business and they kind of go flat, you know, for lack of a better word, they go flat for whatever reason, whether they're older, whether they're younger, they tend to go flat. So my question to you is, I know you have to be driven and things of that nature, but
Yes.
when you got your system together and your people tend to go flat, what is your mind state to recock yourself, for lack of a better word, and continue to go forward when you feel like, oh man, I got my little wind knocked out of me? How do I keep continuing to motivate myself to go forward?
Great. That's a great question also. Honestly, with me, I never really got to that point. And the reason why, because I'm all about going through the numbers. You know, I don't really focus on the people too much because people will sort themselves out after 90 days. So if your goal is just to focus on the numbers, people are going to sort themselves out anyway. But when you try to sort, you know, people out and, you know, try to make, you know, people more of what they really got involved in this opportunity for, then it can knock the wind out of you. So I will understand where you're coming from. But if you have the mindset that, listen, I'm just playing the numbers, who's going to stick is going to stick, and who's going to stick with me is going to stick with me. And since I've had that mindset now for almost 7 years, that's one reason why I haven't been burnt out or, drained through this opportunity. I have honestly the best experience because, I don't have no emotion to what people do in the business. I just understand that I just got to create a system where I'm also going through people, but I have a team of hundreds or thousands of people that's just going through the numbers, because most people that get involved in this opportunity, they wouldn't do anything. ACN is no different from any industry. There's only going to be about 3% of the people that really make it to the top. So your goal is just to go out there and find those 3%ers through the rest of those 97%ers.
Hey, sir, I really, really appreciate that, man. I know your time is valuable, man, but I needed to hear that, and I appreciate
You're
you.
welcome.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Hello, Mr. Cooper. I got a chance to meet you in person on a West Coast event a couple years ago, and
How you doing?
How are you, sir? Just wanted to ask you. You've been amazing throughout your whole ACN career. Just wanted to know, what did it take that once you had explained a couple weeks ago how things changed for you in your business, but then you had to turn around. It's just a back end on what the other young man just asked. How did you find that inner to get up and run hard again?
That's a great question. It wasn't easy, honestly, but like I said, growing up where I'm from, you just gotta be tough. You don't really have the
Uh-oh, did we lose him? Let's give him a minute.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I don't know what just happened, but like I was saying, honestly, where I'm from and just having to grow up in a tough environment, it just, ACN it's easy to me. It's like when you grow up, surrounded in an environment where it's like every single day, you're risking your life, your friends, the people you're around, like you see things that's not normal. And then when you get involved in this business and it's like, we just gotta talk to people, like, that's it. Oh, this is easy work. And to me, it was easy work because I remember being a lifeguard and sitting in the sun, and that was hard work to me. I remember, working at Applebee's every single day and, just not having no time. Just, yeah, I made a little bit of money, because I didn't have any big bills and things at that time. But, I really wasn't happy. But when I seen this business, to me, it was like, this is easy. And when you change your mindset to this is easy, this is easy, this is easy, it's going to become easy. So like I tell everyone, it's all mindset. So whatever you speak about your business is what you're going to get out of it. And it's not just what you say when you're around, other people, but what do you really feel when you're by yourself? Do you really feel as though you can really do it? And I can tell you that that's what you can do it, because I'm nobody different. I just literally never took my foot off the gas, but I created a system. So when I did have to take some time to spend with my family and, to enjoy life a little bit, my business was continuing to work without me. So again, it's about creating that system. When you create that system, you're going to have less problems because it's all about the numbers at the end of the day. If you're not getting reps or you're not getting customers, you're not really doing the business. So you need to create a system of people just getting reps and customers, and everything else it's a bonus. But the main goal is acquiring reps and customers. Create that system and everything else will fall in place for you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm going to chime in on 7th of this month. Mr. Cooper said this, and I quote from my journal, because here again, I take notes, as everybody should. If you leave your team for 3 days, if they don't grow without you, you don't have a team.
That's true.
Now, that's what he's talking about, creating a system, making sure everybody don't get emotional. Just go out there, talk to people, getting customers. See, all that counts in our business is IBOs and customers. I'll repeat what he said October 7th on our call. He said this, and I quote, if you leave your team for 30 days, if you don't grow, if they don't grow without you, you don't have a team. That's exactly what he just talked about. That's exactly what he just said to you. Next question for Mr. Cooper. And he said, get your IBOs independent from you fast as
ASAP.
possible. Let them run their own show. Quit doing everything for them. That's what he said. I got my notes right here.
Good morning, Mr. Cooper. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great. How you doing?
Fantastic. Dwayne from Toronto, Canada. I was listening to a previous call of yours. I had a 4-hour drive yesterday and I had to listen to it twice. And one of the things that caught me is you said that most people that will end up helping you in your business are going to be people that you don't know. It won't be your family,
Absolutely.
won't be your friends, it'll be people outside of that. So how do you deal with cold market in that sense? And the reason why I'm asking this question is just yesterday on the news here in Toronto, a stream of restaurant owners are talking about closing down. And I wanted to approach them because they want to keep the business open. The city wants to help them keep their business open. How would you approach a cold market person in that sense?
So with, a business owner or, a regular person, there's no difference. You want to build rapport. You want to go there. You want to get to know the business owner, because once people feel as though, people feel as though they can trust you and they like you, they will listen to whatever you have to say. But if you just come to them as a stranger, you got to think about it. Business owners, they have a bunch of people coming to them every single day about opportunities or cold calling and things like that. What are you going to do different that stand out, And that's what I tell people all the time, make people like you, get people to just like you. When they meet you for the first time, they automatically like you. And from that point on, you can get them to see the opportunity to become your customer and honestly to do anything that you need. So you just get great at just becoming a likable person to every single person that you come in contact with. And the conversation is going to take care of themselves because everyone is open to opportunity right now. People mindsets are totally different. Nobody have the we're safe because, when I'm online, there's millions of people talking about they're waiting for the stimulus check, and they're waiting for money to come in. They want to do something because you got to think about it like this. It's like supply and demand, people want money right now. It's not a lot of it, being circulated, and business owners are being hurt. People are being hurt. So people, they want to make money. So just go to them, with the mindset of, hey, I'm trying to help you. I'm not trying to be a salesperson, I'm trying to show you an opportunity that, can support you and your family, and just be regular. Don't be any type of, like you said, hey, I know what's going on with the corona and things like that. Just become a likable person and just ask them, form, family, occupation, recreation, money. Those 4 things will work with every single person that you come in contact with. Talk about, hey man, how's your family? What do you do outside of this? Is this the only business that you own? What do you do for fun? Do you play sports? Do you go hiking? And then talk about money, man. How's business? How's everything going on since the whole financial shutdown? So if you hit those 4 form, FORM, family, occupation, recreation, and money, with every person, is going to hit every single time.
Thank you for
And
your
it
time,
talks
brother.
about that in the. You're welcome. It talks about that in the book. That's why I tell everyone, I've been telling everyone, get the book. I don't get paid from it. I'm going to hit the guy up and say, listen, I need some referrals because the book is golden, man. It's literally every single question that you might have about this business, of how to build the business. It's right there for you and it's straight to the point.
Hey, I'm going to chime in a little bit. Mr. Dwayne up in Canada, like I said before about business owners, when you meet them, one of the best things you could do for a business owner, and now think about it. If you're a business owner with several restaurants, just think about this for a second. Like Mr. Cooper said, he's hit up with everybody under the sun all day, every day. Here's a question that you could put forward, a statement. If I could show you a way to save money on your bottom line expenses, would that be of help to you? See that what business owner is going to say no to that? Look, if my overhead or my nut on my restaurant is 12, 14 grand a month, would I, before I even open the doors, and you could save me money on my overhead? Man, I want to talk to you. See, a lot of times we ask questions, folks. I really want you, and I hear the same question over and over again. Think about the question and run the question through your mind, and you probably come up with your own answer. But we think, just think through the question. It's what would you need to hear if you're a business owner? See, that's what we don't do. Think about, what do you need to hear? If you're a business owner, what would you need to hear? And there's your answer. A lot of times we could really answer it if we take a moment to think through it. See it through their eyes and not your eyes. A seminar I took years and years ago, still paying years of dividends, some 25 years ago. They always told us, take our head off our shoulders and put that business owner's head and look out their eyes. What would you need? There's your answer. And I think a lot of times we think about it. What would you need to hear if you're in that man or that woman's shoes? Bam, there's your answer.
So Mr. Thomas, on that, what you're just saying, before hitting up with that question, because I always ask business owners that question, it's the entry point, that breaking the ice point first. That's
I would go with Mr. Cooper, say you got to break the ice first before you come with that. So having a cup of coffee. Hey man, I come in here a couple times a week. How things going for you? Just a small conversation, you know, and to know that I come in and I'm a patriot. I come in a couple times a week. I'm glad to see you open today. How's things going? Just a little small conversation, not going straight to the jugular vein, but just a small conversation.
Mr.
You
Thomas.
know, hey, how's Maggie? I mean, just a small conversation.
Mr.
Go ahead,
Thomas.
Mr. Cooper. Yes.
So really quick, this is Natasha. I just want to chime in because doing something that I do at businesses is something that I learned from Mr. Thomas, just watching him prospect in person. I always compliment people, and that's my icebreaker. Like if I see a lady and I love her necklace, oh my God, I love your necklace. Where'd you get it? Business owner, your guys' coffee is the best in town. What do you guys do with it? You make this at home, don't you? Just something, you know, you just gotta compliment, and then that brings their walls down. So that's what I do personally.
Thank you, Mr. Ismail. Mr. Cooper, back to you.
Yes. So just listen to everything she just said. Honestly, that's really the key. That's really the key. The key is compliment first. Just think about it, right? How many people honestly get complimented every single day? So the moment that you compliment someone, they feel good. You know, how could you not feel good if someone give you a compliment, no matter what it is? You know, before you have a conversation with anyone, always give them a compliment. You know, I remember, you know, being out in public, you know, and I always see someone, if you got a nice tie, hey, I like your tie. Hey, I like your watch. You know, it's called small talk. You know, you got to get people to like you. You got to, the moment that you open your mouth, you know, people want to be interested in knowing who you are. And it's not about the shiny things and things like that. And a lot of people think, you know, I have to have the car, you know, I have to have the house, I have to have all of these extra things to get, you know, these people to believe in what I'm doing. But it's honestly, it's your belief and honestly just really caring about helping people, you know, because if I really didn't care about helping people, you know, I could have went on and did other things. When everyone, you know, that made way more money than me and things like that, they went on to do different things. You know, I truly care about helping people throughout this ACN opportunity, because when you realize what you have your hands on, I never honestly, sometimes my life is like a dream, and that's why I continue to work, because it's like, where in the world can someone from Baltimore get involved in a business, no business background, and be free for 7 years? Meaning that my whole entire 20s, I did not have to punch a clock. How is it real? And I can just make money from talking to people. I can create a lifestyle from talking to people and just keep it super simple. We're just going through the numbers. When most people are trying to complicate the business, instead of, I tell them all the time, break down the numbers. Okay, you need to go RD. Break down the numbers. Okay, when is your goal? Let's say you want to do it in 30 days. So you take that number, you break it down in 30 days, say it's 13 points a day. Okay, do 13 points a day. And that should be your goal. Don't look at the big number, look at the small numbers and just keep, it's like mining for gold. You can't just blow up the whole place. You got to keep chipping at it, keep chipping at it, keep chipping at it. And that's when you're going to find that diamond. That's when you're going to find, you know, that prize, that jewel. And those are just like people. You know, it's just like a deck of cards. You know, just think about it, right? It's 52 cards. It's a lot of jokers, but guess what? It's only 4 aces. And you only need 4 aces to create a lifestyle where you don't have to punch a clock anymore. You know, yes, you need to go through thousands of people, but if you have 4 full-time people that's doing this business, you can create a lifestyle, because now you have a system that is running without you. Look at this business as it was a 500 Fortune company. Look at it as you're building your own big corporation. I look at my business the same way. I seen something earlier, quote, it said, when you get, when you go to the store, right, and you see a bunch of different variety of, products, but it's only 6 companies that own all of them, but there's hundreds and thousands of different products, and they're all owned by a handful of companies. But we can agree that those handful of companies is just like people. They look at it like this. If I have a lot of different businesses under me, I don't have to be there to do everything, but guess what? I'm getting a percentage off of everything that they do. So I look at my business the same way. So you have to look at this as something big and not just, some little business where you spend $225 and because it's only $25 a month, people treat it like, it is what it is. It's only $25 a month. It's always going to be here. AC is not going nowhere because bills are not going nowhere. But you have to have that urgency and say, listen, I need to position myself. See, it's all about positioning. You have to position yourself right now because guess what? The shift is already happening. Some people will become wealthy right now, and then some people will not become wealthy right now because they are not in position to reap the benefits from having the world shift to, before everyone was thinking, I need to get a job, I need to get a job, I need to get a job. Now it's their kids are going to school on Zoom. They have work from Zoom. If they're already using the same exact tools that we offer, why would you not want to build a system of people that's now using it, not just to make money at work or to take their kids to school, but to also build a business? Why not? If you're doing all these other things on Zoom, why not build your business online? So, to go back to, what I was saying earlier, you got to talk to people. You got to talk to people. If you don't have a system already in place, you need to create a system today. Stop focusing on building a people-driven business. Stop focusing your energy on what this IBO is going to do. Listen, nobody's going to take you to the top of this company but you. Nobody. You're going to have people that's going to be around for seasons. Everyone has an expiration date. You just got to make sure that you don't have an expiration date. And the reason why you don't want to have an expiration date, because you got to understand that this is a lifetime business, residual income. When you listen to your favorite artists, guess what they want after they get out of that contract? They want their masses. What's that? That residual income. Think about a record label, right? A record label do nothing but recruit a bunch of artists, right? Every year you hear about a new popping artist, right? And then it's only a handful of them that really last 10 years, that really last 5 years. Some people just last the summer. Some people are the hottest thing for a couple months. And then there's some people that's the hottest things for their whole entire career. Do you want to be hot for a summer, or do you want to have a lifetime career where you now also getting that residual income? Even if the artist is not working, the artist got involved in the business and signed someone up that blew up in the business, but now you're earning residual income off of that top money earner. But they might not be doing the business no more, but they introduce you to somebody else. So I look at my business as a music industry. We got to go through a lot of people. Everyone is not going to be Michael Jackson. Everyone is not going to be one of the greats. So you got to understand that a lot of people are going to come and go. It's no different in our business. So if you look at it that way, where listen, you're only going to need a couple people. Just think about it. I was listening to an interview from the guy that owns Universal Music. His name is Doug Morris. And he was saying that, before they, became what they are today, he said that, we only had about 8% of the market. And he said what took us to about 60, 75% of the whole entire industry being under their umbrella was that they had to go out there and recruit the best people. They went out there and got some people that was the best, that signed other people, and they allowed everyone to create their own record label. But in the process, they was also earning money off of the record label and off of all of their artists. It's no different in our business. The reason why they did that, because they wanted their residual income. Even if that artist sold one hot song, we can agree when you listen to the radio today, there's songs you hear from 15, 20 years ago, and guess what? Somebody is getting paid off of it. The record label is getting paid. That's their number one thing, is the residual income, the catalog. And in our business, it's services. Because guess what? People listen to music for a lifetime. People pay bills for a lifetime. It's no difference. And that's why I said it all starts with your mindset. How are you looking at this business? It's all about how you're looking at it. If you're looking at it like it's some little hobby, guess what? That's why it's costing you money. That's why you're not having the success that you want. But if you're looking at it as you are building a corporation, you are building a multi-million-dollar business. You have to think big. I read a quote that said, if you hang around the millionaires, and you only, talking about making $1 million a year, that's disrespectful. But it's a mindset, $1 million is not a lot of money. A lot of people might say it is, but guess what? Why not shoot for $5 million in a year? Why not shoot for $10 million in a year? If it's out there, why not go get it? You never know how you might get it, but if you have big goals, guess what's going to happen to you? You are going to receive big blessings. So I tell people all the time, it's all about what you put out there in the universe. If you really think big, if you really truly believe that you can have everything that you want, guess what? You will get everything that you want. But it all starts with your mind. It all starts with what are you telling yourself when you're by yourself. I don't care what.
Uh-oh. All right, while we lost him, I'm going to kind of chime in until we get him back on here. It's amazing. He said your mindset, and we think, here again, please don't let this be you. Don't think so small. We think so small. I'll give you an idea. Yesterday, IBO, I'm not going to say the person's name because that's not who I am. Say this one brand new IBO came in. They're 1 point away from getting a check, and they're ETL. So they got a $50 check. And I said, well, can you find, I got that 1 point. Should I put them there or should I keep it? I said, put it on that person and get paid. He goes, wait a minute. I just noticed I'm not the ETL. I'm blocked by another ETL. I said, okay. So let me ask you a question. What's more important? Getting a residual for the next 3 or 4 or 5 years off that customer or not getting paid anything? He's like, wow, I never looked at it that way. Why? Because we're always looking at the small side of it. Okay, so I don't get the 50, but what about the residual for the next 2 to 3 years? See, that's what the things we miss out on because we don't approach it from the business aspect. It's so important to approach it from a business aspect and think outside the box, bigger than nickels, dimes, and quarters. Look at the bigger picture. He said, Mr. Thomas, I never thought about the residuals. I just thought about that $50 check. I said, my friend, let me tell you. So you missed a $50 check, but what about the residuals for the next 36 to 60 months? Oh yeah, oh yeah. Why do we think so small? We think so small. Look, what did Mr. Cooper say? Look at it as a multi-million-dollar business. My business grows every freaking day. Not because I'm smart, I understand the mindset. Back to you, Mr. Cooper. We got you back. God, you guys talk about these little quarters and nickels. It's like me putting nickels, dimes, and quarters on my desk, and it's a stack of $100 bills. You're looking at the nickels and dimes and quarters, and you don't see the bigger picture. He's a visionary. See the bigger picture. Okay, I missed the 50, but what about the residuals? Back to you, Mr. Cooper. Because I don't know about you, but I'm out for the residuals. Do you know how many 50s I've missed every week? Hundreds every week? Do you think I care about that little? I'm looking for the bigger picture, the residuals over a lifetime. Golly, some of our services pay 8 years. So you miss 50, but what about getting paid for the next, what's that, 8 years? What's that? So that's 72 months. Let's see, 12, what's 12 times 8? 96 months of residual income because I missed 50. God, how small we look at stuff. Look at the bigger picture. Mr. Cooper, you back yet?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Lord have mercy.
Man, I need to get on training and learn from you, man, because everything that you say, even when you say it, it's just like a light bulb just continue to go off. And again, it's your mindset, think.
Oh, he's all right. But we think, and that's whole idea. If I could get you guys to do what Mr. Cooper just said, look at Mr. Julian Lewis catches this. Miss Ismail, a lot of you cats, they see the big picture in this business. I missed the 50 because I'm blocked. Dude, residuals for the next 96 months. Are you kidding me? Oh, I didn't think about that, Mr. Thomas. We think we have not because we ask not. We think so small in this business. What a so small. Go ahead, sir.
You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You know, a lot of people say that all the time, you know, I'm cutting my money off, but I'm like, how are you cutting your money off if your goal was to earn the residual income? The residual income it can never be cut off. You just have to be in position to receive it. You know, if the comp plan says to do something and you do it, the check will be there. And that's one thing I learned about ACN is that, you know, the computer, if you do the work, the computer will send the check out. You know, ACN is not late. You don't have to call Mr. Provenzano up and say, hey, where's my check? Because if you do the work, the money will be there. But the ultimate goal is residual income. You know, I was looking at my organization last night, and you know, we have almost 2,000 ID sale customers, you know, and we just started ID sale during the pandemic. You know, just imagine, you know, where my business is going to be 10 years from now, 20 years from now. You know, you got to have those goals. You know, are you going to be here 20 years from now? Are you going to be here 15 years from now? Are you going to be here for a lifetime? Because why in the world would you ever not want to build something that can truly give you everything that most people want? You know, most people want the time freedom to do what you want to do. You know, most people wish they can, you know, just travel all the time and don't have to punch a clock or worry about, you know, how I'm going to make money, when you can pick up your phone and a laptop and make money. You literally have the ultimate blueprint to print money. If you do more work, you'll make more money. If you don't do any work, you will not make any money. You know, it's great being able to just build a business where it's not dependent on me. You know, where I can have that time freedom, you know, to be able to travel all of the time, to be able to build my business, just to be able to do things that, you know, the average person don't get a chance to do. You know, I've been on 50 planes in the past year alone. Since I've been involved in AC, and I've probably been on 200 airplanes. I'm only 27 years old. You know, that's a bucket list for me, to be able to travel the world, meet people, make money, you know, share, you know, my story and see what I can help people. You got to think big. You got to change your mindset. You can't have the same stinking thinking. You know, most people say all the time, you know, you're going to get brainwashed, but a lot of people need to get their brainwashed, because your old mindset, your old way of thinking is why you are where you at. Because guess what? My life changed once I changed my mindset. My life changed when I said, you know what? I'm not watching. I don't watch TV. I don't watch the news. I can't remember last time I really sat down and watched TV. It's been at least 6 years. You know, I have a bigger library than I have TV in my house. You know, I don't even have a TV in my room. Just imagine, even when I did, guess what? I had my vision board on the TV. I never turned my TV on. And I can show you pictures of it. I had literally a big vision board that covered my whole entire TV. And the reason why, because guess what? You got to spend your time learning every single day. You should never let a day go by where you are not learning. YouTube is there. Do you understand? I spend hours on YouTube watching videos, learning from people. You know, I listened to a story from, I forgot the guy's name, but he actually was from Baltimore. He was the first Black billionaire, you know, in America. And he's from Baltimore. And that inspired me because, you know, all throughout, you know, the city, I heard his name, but, you know, he had a mindset. And I remember him saying that, you know, his mom said that when he was 12 years old and he owned a business, and he went away for camp for 2 weeks, and he had her selling the newspaper for her. And he came back home and he said, listen, where's my money? She said, wow, where I did the work. He said, Ma, where is my money? He said, if you don't give me my money, I'm going to call a lawyer and I'm going to sue you. She gave him his money back. See, again, he had that mindset of business early on. Why he went to play sports and things like that. Guess what? He went to learn about business at Harvard. He got around people that had what he wanted. And in the 80s, he was one of the first billionaires by purchasing a company that was worth about $985 million. While everyone was complaining about what's going on in the world, while everyone is, you know, acting a fool and doing whatever, guess what? There's people that's out there making things happen. You can either make money or you can make excuses, but you can't make both. So when you're telling yourself, listen, you know, I can't do this, guess what? You can do it. But if you tell yourself you can do it, guess what? You can do it. It's all about what are you telling yourself? How do you really feel? And if you really don't feel like you can do something, guess what? You don't do it. Think about it, right? If you don't feel like getting out of bed, you're not going to get out of bed. The only reason some people get out of bed because fair loss. If you don't get out of bed, you will get fired. But in this business, you can get fired. So guess what? You do it when you feel like it. You do it when it's convenient. You treat it like it's just some, you know, it's some little thing when guess what? It can really give you everything that you ever wanted. And we're not just talking about money. We're talking about time. See, listen, rich people is measured by how much money they have. Wealth is measured by how much time you have, how much time
Amen.
freedom. And I'm all about building wealth. I'm all about building wealth. You can get rich doing anything, but guess what? You want to become wealthy so that one day you can pass down the knowledge, not just the money. Because guess what? If you just pass down money to your family members, guess what? It's going to go away. But if you pass down the information of what to do, guess what's going to happen? The wealth is going to continue to happen for generations. And that's what it's about. That's exactly what it's about. It's about building generational wealth. And the only way you build that is through your mindset. What are you teaching? Not just how much money you have, because guess what? There's a lot of people that have money, but they don't have the right mindset of how to pass down the information to keep the money going. And that's the ultimate goal in this business. So, hopefully, you guys, if you have any more questions, before we end the call, I'm honestly going to be training this weekend with the co-founders. I know you guys seen it all on social media. It's $25. That's a listen. If I was you, you got to remember, how much money did you spend to go to international event? So that if there's any way that you can get the opportunity to hear from some of the top money earners, you have Mr. George Zalicki, Mr. Art Napolitano, you have, the co-founders, you have all these individuals training. Why would you not want to get on there? And I'm going to be one of the first trainers on it. I'm going to be kicking off the call. There's going to be thousands of people on there. Guess what? If the information is there, listen, if there's millionaires teaching me how to build my business and change my life for $25, I will be on there, and everyone I know will be on there. Wow, wait, listen, we used to spend almost $200 for a ticket. Then you had to get a flight. Then you had to get a hotel. Then you had to get food. Do you understand? You can sit back home, have your snacks, and literally get a journal and sit back and learn how to become a millionaire for $25. Even if it was $25,000. Do you understand the amount of years and years of do you understand the amount of money that you're going to learn from this weekend? And that's how I look at it. Listen, if millionaires are inviting me out, I'm there. I'm there. And because guess what? It's all about information. It's all about information. If the information, the knowledge is there for me to acquire, guess what? Because a lot of people, they complain about it. I don't have the help. Nobody's helping me. There's events in place. There's trainings in place. Listen, there's no excuses why you are not winning. You are not winning right now because you are not doing what it takes to win. And when you just have a real conversation with yourself and just say, listen, I'm really not doing the work. There's been times in my business where my mentor called me and said, man, you're not working your hardest, and I'm like, man, you're right, but I got a system so I can get my life right and still build my business in the process. And guess what happened? My business continued to build month after month after month, through the ups, through the downs. There's never been a month where there's never been hundreds of services that came through my business. And that's what I'm focused on, building residual income. The right now money is amazing, but guess what? I want that residual income one day to be 5 figures, 6 figures, and hopefully be one of the first people to break 7-figure residual in the company. I don't know if anyone else has it, but guess what? Why not? Why not? If there's unlimited possibilities, there's unlimited amount of people to talk to. Why not? Why can't you do it? The system is already in place. The only difference is what you're going to do with it. What are you going to do with it? Everything is here for you. What else do you need? What else do you need? Listen, we can lead you to the lake, but we can't make you drink. No matter what, you have to pick up the book. You have to go out there and seek the information. You can't wait for somebody to motivate you. You have to be self-motivated. Because if you're not self-motivated, then guess what's going to happen? Life is going to get in the way and you're going to get distracted and you're going to go back to doing the same thing. I've seen it happen many times when people stopped doing a business because they started hanging around the same people that had no goals and they was feeling left out. And the reason why they was feeling left out because they really didn't want to grow. And that's what it's all about. You have to change everything about what you're doing right now and do something different. Because guess what? If you keep doing what you keep doing, you're going to keep getting what you keep getting. You have to change something. I don't know what it is, but you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, listen, I need to change this. If you have a drinking problem, stop drinking. If you have a smoking problem, stop smoking. Listen, take care of your health. Once you start taking care of your health, you'll start having healthy thoughts. And that's really the first and the only thing that I noticed, that once I changed my habits, once I started.
Oh, we lose them.
Once I started doing big things, it all happened from me really just changing my lifestyle. I say, you know what? I'm not going to be eating junk. I tell people all the time, I stopped eating meat. I'm not telling you to stop doing it, but I can tell you is that, listen, I don't get sick. You know, I'm a healthy person. I wake up every day, energy. I don't drink coffee. I don't need coffee. I don't need anything external to motivate me to get to work. Why? Because every single day, my mind is healthy. I'm learning. I'm seeking information. I'm talking to my team. I'm talking to people. I'm doing webinars. I'm learning. I'm doing it. It's like working out. The more you work out, the stronger you'll get. The more you work your business, the better your business get. It's no secret around it. There's no secret around it, because we've seen people come, we've seen people go, but we've seen some people weather the storm, and you always ask yourself, what's different from them compared to everybody else? They created a system. They created a system. It's not about them. It's not about Mr. Thomas. It's about y'all. The reason why he put together these calls and trainings is not for him to get fired up. He's putting together a system where you guys can hear from some of the best so that you can learn from it. So that now you can do the same thing with your team. You can have the best of the best train your team. He's creating a system. And if you haven't caught up to that's what he's doing, that's all he's doing. He's nobody different. He's just creating a system. From before was PBRs. Now it's webinars. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna turn it all the way up. Why? Because guess what? We can do more now from home. So you gotta up everything. You gotta up your excitement. You gotta up your business. You gotta 10x everything about what you're doing right now, because right now is the perfect opportunity. People are open. People are open to opportunities. People's mindsets have shifted. So just go out there and talk to people and build your business brick by brick. Don't focus on the A player, the B player, the C player. Guess what? Every dud know a stud. Every dud know a stud. Stop prejudging people. Listen, I would talk to a homeless person on the street if I wanted to. Hey, you know someone that's open to making some extra money? Guess what he's gonna say? I'm open to making some extra money. You never know, that homeless person might know someone that's super successful. You don't know anyone's story. But if you prejudging people, you're blocking your blessings. Stop prejudging people. Go through the numbers. Share the business. My presentations are 13 to 15 minutes, including the video. I can do up to 4 presentations in 1 hour. Before we couldn't do that. It was 1 presentation an hour. In condensing time frame. Then I'm gonna teach my team to do the same thing, because we have a system. After we get people off the webinars, okay, what did you like best? And we have things in place. Okay, boom, they say this, hit it every time. So before you know it, they're not even gonna have to look at the slides to get it down packed. So they're gonna be going through the numbers and just clockwork. Phil felt found. I'm sure glad you said that. That's a great question. When you get those key points in and you hit every person with it, guess what happens? You own every conversation. And that's the ultimate goal, is to own every conversation. So hopefully you guys learned something today. Like I said, this weekend is going to be a great event. And then next week we'll have more training. I'll have more training to end out this event. But I wanted to open up today the question and answer, because I know that you guys have some questions, and hopefully I was able to answer all of the questions that you guys had.
You know, Mr. Cooper, I want to thank you. I'm still stuck on that crackhead for a minute. You know what I think about a crackhead? Let me tell you about a crackhead. A crackhead, you'll meet them, they never have money. They never have money. But does that stop them from smoking? No. They'll, before he's out, they will out hustle you. Go get the money, any means, go get the money, and end up, oh my God. So in other words, you're gonna let a crackhead out recruit you.
Because they playing the numbers. They playing the numbers.
They play the numbers.
You got $1, you got 50 cents, you got $1, you got 25 cents. They going through the numbers. Before you know it, they got what they need. Corner.
Yeah, until they get what they need. Get somebody the guy in the corner with the sign. Need food. No. Need money. I don't care about food. Give me the money. Give me the. No, I don't want food. Give me money. And they don't let that stop them. So you're gonna let them people outbeat. Oh my! Let them beat you. Oh my God! Listen, I love what you said. Your upline called you and told you you're not working hard enough. See, I'm scared to do that in my group, because they may all just stop. See, that's what. See, instead of stopping like most people do, that motivated you. See, I can't say that to people. I'm already as it is, but I always told them I'll outwork people. See, you're not working hard enough. That's what your upline told you. That motivated you. If I said that, I might get shot. But I've always told my people I'm not the fastest, the smartest looking, but I will flat out work people. I double dare anybody on this call to outwork me, and watch what happen to your income. And see, that's what I'm talking about. Like he said, you got to 10X it up. You got to 10X it up. Quit being who you are, where you are. Start 10Xing it up. Outwork me. I guarantee you'll make a in the meantime. I can't say that word, but yeah, just outwork me. Real simple. Just real simple. Hey, can we show Mr. Cooper some love out there? Come on, let's show him some love. My Lord. You know, it was said the most expensive thing to most people is a closed mind. Lord have mercy. I hope that's not you. Hope you open it up like a parachute today, and hope you took notes. If you didn't take notes, you'll be stuck in that same position. Trust me. So many of y'all out there ain't taking notes. Gotta take notes. Gotta take notes. Listen, Mr. Cooper, thank you so much for your time. I know you're at the airport getting to head back. I want to thank you for your time. I'm looking forward to the training this weekend. Tonight, everybody, Miss Natasha Ismail will be doing the 1 through 10 tonight on her number. Make sure you get guests on there. I want to thank everybody for last night's meeting. We had a lot of guests on last night. Some of you need to follow up and see how well you did. So one more time, can we show Mr. Cooper some love? Show him some love. Show him some love. My God, thank you, sir. I appreciate you. You have a fantastic, safe flight. And folks, by tomorrow morning was the Dean to rally. Don't forget tonight, Miss Natasha Ismail will be doing it on the 1 through 10 on her number. And I want to thank everyone of you on the call today. Take care. God bless. Have a safe day. Bye-bye. Oh, screenshot. Here we go. Miss Ismail. There we go. To the right. There's tonight.